Hola, ¿cómo están? Bueno, aquí estamos de nuevo conversando con NEKA. Hola, vamos a esperar a ver quién se conecta. Hola, Emma. Bueno, mis amigos, espero que hoy les guste el tema. Hoy vamos a hacerlo casi todo en inglés porque nuestro invitado es una persona de habla inglesa. Yo lo he tenido en otras ocasiones y quiero aprovechar lo máximo que él nos va a regalar acerca de la importancia que tiene la risa como medicina. Vamos a ver si él aparece por aquí. Si no, bueno, hablaré yo. Vamos a ver qué tal nuestro amigo Steve Wilson. Vamos a ver si aquí podemos invitarlo a Steve. Mientras tanto, pues gracias, Emma, por estar ahí. eh, Esperemos a ver si Steve se acerca, se une con nosotros. Hoy vamos a hablar de la importancia que tiene la risa para la salud. Y como les dije antes, nuestro amigo invitado, Steve Wilson, hola Moni, estamos esperando a nuestro invitado. Steve Wilson tiene él es psicólogo, tiene además, ha trabajado siempre en, en todo lo que tiene que ver, hola, ¿cómo estás? Todo lo que tiene que ver con la risa. Y yo lo conozco hace muchísimo tiempo porque lo invité a Venezuela a dar unos talleres de la risa. Él tiene lo que se llama World Laughter Tour. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Moon Pie, I love that. Y bueno, yo estoy esperando a que se una Steve. No sé qué ha pasado, pero espero que se una rápidamente para poder, porque si no vamos a tener un monólogo y no un conversatorio. Y algo muy importante que él nos ha enseñado, él tiene lo que les decía antes, el World Laughter Tour, y donde la práctica de la risa no es a través del humor, sino a través de los ejercicios. ¿Cómo estás, hermosa? A través de ejercicios que lo que hacen es um, rescatar la risa natural que cada uno de nosotros tiene desde niños, porque saludos, mi niña, porque lo podemos ver además en los niños, ¿correcto? Los niños se ríen naturalmente, no les hace falta contarles un chiste para que se rían. Entonces, la idea del World Laughter Tour, de la cual nuestro querido Steve es su creador, eh, pues hace que nosotros hagamos a través de ejercicios, hola, a través de ejercicios, rescatemos la risa natural. Y luego él también tiene algo muy particular que se llama Heart, ¿cómo es que es? A Good-Hearted Living, así se llama en inglés. Qué bueno, qué bueno. Ok, ya tenemos aquí a nuestro querido Steve. Y Steve, if you see me, just ask me to join the conversation because I'm trying to give, space and time for you to come. I invited you. You have to join. Esta tecnología no creo que es muy fácil para Steve. Yes, very good. Okay, good. Ya vamos a tener a Steve con nosotros. De ahora en adelante va a ser en inglés. Pido disculpas a los que... Oh, my dear Steve, so good that you're there. Oh my gosh.
Here we are. Wait, let me get dressed.
Yes, please get dressed.
Completely dressed now.
Yes. This is a... Yeah, this is a party, man. No, love it. Good.
Gracias to have me and for Pam to set it up, and you guys are wonderful.
Yes. Well, there is someone, a friend here that says, hi, Steve. I was introducing you as, that how I had you in Venezuela to teach us about the World Laughter Tour, and also that we were going to talk about how important laughter is for everything, but also the best medicine. It's laughter, right? So tell us about, why do you think laughter is the best medicine?
That saying, that laughter is the best medicine, comes from the Old Testament, comes from the Bible. Let me become the professor now.
Okay.
Professor Clown. The Old Testament, there's in the book of Proverbs, in Proverbs 17, there is a description that says, a merry heart does good like a medicine.
Oh, that's beautiful.
But a hard heart breaks the spirit.
Oh, okay.
And so that's 3,000 or 4,000 years ago that those words were written, and I call that ancient wisdom.
That's correct. Yes.
And it has evolved somehow, I don't know, over the years, from a merry heart is like medicine to laughter is the best medicine.
Oh, okay, that's beautiful.
So there's a difference between a merry heart. I interpret a merry heart, and I point here because this is where my physical heart is.
Right.
But we all have another heart.
Yeah.
Beyond the physical, we have an emotional and a spiritual heart.
That's correct. That's correct.
And when that is joyful, when there is merriment, I guess would be the word.
Yes.
That part of our being, it's a wonderful experience. It feels good. And 3,000 or 4,000 years ago, imagine that people were saying, I think this could keep us healthy. But health also has different meanings. There's our body. There's health in our physical being. We don't get sick. But we also talk about having healthy relationships.
Exactly. So, because nowadays, excuse me the interruption, nowadays everybody talks about toxicity in relationships.
Right.
So that's why the healthy relationship is when we have this
Right.
merry heart, right?
The health part is another word would be nourishment. We nourish ourselves in
Yes,
all
yes,
ways, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. We nourish ourselves. We can nourish each other. We can feed each other. The opposite of to nourish is toxic,
right.
is poison
Poison, right,
to make,
right.
and you can poison relationships. You can poison yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually. My work over the years has led me to see that I want to see if there are ideas that we can learn so that in our life, we nourish ourselves and the people around us. My
Yes.
my favorite saying, and if you need to translate anything,
No,
you
it's okay because I already at the beginning I said today, I hope you don't mind, but today I want this to be in English because uh,
okay,
it's otherwise have to cut you
yeah,
and you lose like that movie that I like, Lost in Translation, because not that I am a good translator, but not that I will lose something in the translation, but it's the smooth conversation is lost.
I
So
thank you for that. I will respect that, but I have a few sayings or thoughts that I like a lot. If I could hear them in Spanish, if you feel it's comfortable,
yes,
I'm,
of course.
I'm going to say one right now
Yes.
to help us get started. You can't fix the whole world, but you can make a corner of it pretty nice.
Yeah, that's a beautiful saying. For my Spanish speaking, no puedes cambiar el mundo completo, pero sí puedes hacer de ese pequeño rinconcito donde estás que sea lo mejor y más hermoso. And I agree with you 100%.
It's like music to my ears to hear you say that. And it's so important because, in many ways, laughter is called a universal language.
Yes.
In other words, you can go anywhere in the world, and this facial expression, everybody knows what it means.
Correct. Yes, sir.
And this facial expression, everybody knows
Yeah.
that too.
Oh, yes.
So the scientists, the anthropologists who study how did we get here, where did we come from, how did this all happen, which is because we're all miracles.
Right.
Just being, just not just being on the computer, you and I here, but to be alive, to me,
Right. Right.
is already a miracle and a mystery.
And a mystery. Yes, that's a good one. Yes.
Never completely explained, but the people who study these things, some of the scientists, tell us they believe that human beings originally communicated with facial expressions and
Oh, okay.
gestures
Right.
and sounds, grunting.
Right. Yeah.
Before we had language. We didn't have language. We didn't have vocabulary. We couldn't talk
Right.
to each other, but we communicated.
Yes.
Go over there. Over my
Yeah.
head. Look out. I don't know. I'm angry. So facial expression is very important. So you can go anywhere in the world. This facial expression means you're welcome here.
And yes, and it's so amazing when you, like, for example, you go into a room, you come in, and you can see people, maybe they're disturbed for something, or they are not happy, or they are worried, and then immediately you go and you smile at them, and immediately they smile back at you. I mean, maybe they will at first they will say, I mean, they will do this, what is this lady doing? But if you keep
That's
smiling,
right.
at the end they will smile back,
That's right. And then a step
and the whole
further,
thing changes.
especially if the actions match the facial expression. Since I've been teaching about these things and studying and trying to understand happiness,
Hmm.
and peace of mind and getting along and with other people, and it's trying to understand all that.
Yeah.
Uh, you know, a lot of people ask me, do I have to be funny? I'm not funny. I can't tell jokes. How can I have laughter and humor? You say it's good for you. Laughter's the best medicine, but I'm not funny. Uh, or we didn't laugh a lot at home in my family,
Okay.
or we don't laugh at work. It's very intense or something like that. So what I want everyone to know is more important than being funny or even happy is to be cheerful. Now, I don't
Mm.
know how that translates, what the word is for in Spanish, to be cheerful, but that's an important distinction. I can't be happy.
Yes.
I can't be happy every day. I can't be happy all the time.
No.
That's not life. Life has ups and downs
Ups
and
and downs,
all the
right.
time.
Right.
But very often I can decide to be cheerful. I can be
Explain to people, how can people be cheerful?
I can remember that everybody is going through something difficult, even if they don't.
Right.
Every human being has problems.
Correct.
And I can soften my eyes. You can have hard eyes, you can have soft eyes.
Yes.
And when you
Right.
look to another person with soft eyes, that's more cheerful. If I'm angry, that's not cheerful.
That's true.
You see, this is what the human heart, and again, heart can be physical heart or
Uh-huh.
emotional or spiritual.
Yes.
The human heart has only one message.
Okay.
The human brain, the mind, has 10,000 messages. The
Okay.
mind is talking all the time.
Yeah, you know how we
You
call it in Spanish, at least in Venezuela, we call it the talking bird, la guacharaca. It's a big bird in Venezuela that they're always making noises,
that,
you know.
exactly.
And Santa Teresa, Saint Teresa, she used to call it the crazy of the house, the crazy woman of the house. It is true because he's always talking, 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 talking.
And I've heard it referred to as the monkey mind.
That's true. I also
That
heard that.
monkey mind, all the but so makes it difficult to maintain concentration and focus
Yeah.
because the mind wanders all the time. It's very important to give yourself permission. Don't be hard on yourself or harsh if your mind wanders, because that's natural. And
Mm-hmm.
and these days people are talking about mindfulness. to be
Yes.
mindful,
Yes.
which is to be
Yeah.
aware what's happening. So when you're trying to focus on something, you're cooking or you're writing or you're driving, or the mind is wandering, the monkey mind, that bird that you talk about, it's going all the time. And so
Yeah.
you're distracted and then you're off the time. If you realize it, when you realize it, you just say to yourself, that's normal. That's what we do.
Yeah.
And I realize I lost my focus and now I'm going to bring it back
Right.
here. And you bring it and you concentrate again.
And the good part of this is that we can do that. I mean,
Absolutely.
like
You
you
have
say, you're saying, I'm cooking, and then my mind is wandering, blah blah. This I have to do this, or I didn't pay this, blah 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 blah. Blah. But then I realize, oh, I have to put salt. I forgot about the salt, and then whoop, you come back to the present moment, which is when we can be cheerful, loving, and the whole thing.
It's also empowering because you are
Yes.
exercising some control. We never have 100%, but some little bit of control over your thinking, over your mind. So,
Yes.
I was here. Now I was thinking here. I'm coming back. And I
Mm-hmm.
decide that. And I make that happen. And that's a power
Right.
and control that I have. I'm not just a victim of my monkey mind, of my brain, and I
Yes.
can be aware and I can correct, I can fix things, I can make things a little bit better. So I like that. I can't be happy all the time, but I can be cheerful. I can say, in this situation, for the next few minutes, I'm going to take a deep breath. I'm going to put a pleasant face on, uh, and I'm going to respect the other person. This is another human being. And how can we get
You know,
along?
in Spanish, we would say, because it's different, as you said, being happy or being cheerful. And in Spanish, happy is feliz, right? And that's a decision. I want to be happy. I decide to be happy in this situation, even the situation is crazy. But cheerful is alegre. It's like joyful.
That's what I was looking for. I knew you could do this.
Yeah.
This is so helpful to people who are listening.
Yes, it's very important. It's the difference because we can be even sometimes they say alegre and they mistake with divertido because it's the person it's joyful and make funny things and but it's more than that. It's cheerful means yeah, you know.
There's many different things. To me, one of the things that cheerful means is I have hope.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yes,
I'm,
I like
I may
that.
not be happy with something that happened. I may be disappointed.
Yes.
I may be frightened. I may be worried. I may be angry. Uh, but I can still be optimistic
Yes.
that it would get better, that I can have hope. They say that in this world we need both optimists and pessimists.
Okay.
The optimist builds the airplane.
Okay.
The pessimist builds the parachute.
That's true. I like it. Yes. Yes, correct. Yes.
So
And both are needed
that's right.
because you never know
That's
what is going to happen in flying the
that's
plane.
right.
That's very good. And also it's fun. Not for me. I don't but I have friends that they love to throw in the parachute. They love that.
Jumping
So
out
it's
of there,
fun too. Jumping in there, that scares me.
not for me.
But so it's fun too.
This is very interesting that you bring this up because in part of my studies, is the question comes up that some people are having fun at work.
Yes,
Some people are not having fun at work.
that's correct.
Very
Yes, true.
stressful, and they get sick, and they can't wait to leave and do that. But some people are having fun at work. They say, I go to work, we have fun at work. So again, the scientists come in and they say, well, having fun at work, I wonder if that's a good idea or a bad idea.
Uh-huh.
Is that helpful, or does it get in the way? How can you do your job if you're having fun? And will it help? And it turns out that it's a good idea to have fun.
It is a good idea.
But fun is very personal. Some
Yes.
people jump out of airplanes with parachutes, and when they land, they say,
oh my gosh, that's my dog. He's having fun. He's having fun.
So some people are jumping out of airplanes and
Yes.
saying, fun.
Yeah.
And you and I are saying, not fun for us.
For me. Not for me.
So what is fun is personal.
That's right.
And some people are doing things that are dangerous, expensive, require a lot of effort,
right.
Dirty maybe, and then they finish, they say, I had a good time. That was fun for me.
Yeah.
So what's fun is, and the idea of having fun at work turns out to be important. It's good.
Yeah, it is good. And it's also, you know, because everything is personal. It is subjective to whatever I believe in, or my experience in life has been, or whatever. So that's why you said, and if they want to study about people having fun in work or not, they should take that part into consideration when they do the study. Because, as you said, I mean, I'm having fun, and I am producing more for the company because I'm having fun. It's not making jokes and you know, stop working. No, it's enjoying what I am doing, and I think that is a very important thing.
That's part
to enjoy what you do.
Yes, and one of the things that we know that contributes to the enjoyment of what we're doing is that it is meaningful to us.
Yes.
It has meaning. And I'll give you an example. I have been a business consultant to organizations, and one of the companies that asked me to come in and help have better teamwork, better customer service, better communications, was a company that makes surgical tables.
Oh, okay.
And a big business, and a very successful. And
yes,
they sell these tables to do surgery. But they had a problem because there were a lot of errors, a lot of mistakes were made in assembling the tables to sell to the customers.
Okay.
Broken parts, not put together right. This is an assembly line, and as the pieces are coming down, the workers are not putting it together right.
Okay.
What we found out was that the workers were just going through the motions. I'm putting the nuts and bolts together. I'm screwing this in. I'm gluing this together.
Oh, okay.
So the work that they were doing did not have deep meaning for them. So we gathered statistics and told the people who assembled these things, the workers,
yes,
do you know how many babies were delivered on our tables? Do you know how many heart surgeries were done, transplants on our tables?
Beautiful.
When we started to make them aware of the purpose of the table,
Right. The
and
importance.
the importance of it, then they stopped making mistakes. They stopped, the tables came through perfectly
Genius.
together
Yeah.
because
I mean,
because
put the
now
focus on
they
that.
understood. It was
Yeah.
me that's my description of making something meaningful.
Right.
It has meaning. You're careful about it. You
Yes.
concentrate. You focus. You want to do a good job. Yeah,
Yes.
and
Yes. Yes. That is fantastic because exactly they change the focus and they put the focus on something that is important. I mean, your job is important.
that's right. That's
And
right.
it's important for the world, for everyone. So let's do it excellent. Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
that
is
is
this is
very.
this is one of the ways we find joy in living.
Yes, and I was before we started that I was making, time for you to come to join the conversation. I was saying that you are, for me, you were the first person that I heard the word joyologist, which I find it's beautiful, and it really somebody here, Laughter Lawyer USA, says wonderful definition of meaningful. Yes, it's true. And then
Thank you, laughter lawyer.
and yes, I think joyologist is it's someone like you, evidently, that put the focus on joy
Yeah.
and teaches us about joy, right?
Yes. The in English the part of speech called that says ology. Ology means to study something.
That's right.
So
Yeah, it's a Latin
yeah,
word. It's
that
like in Spanish.
that's right. So psychology, psyche is the mind, the study of the mind.
Right.
Psychology, joyology, study of happiness.
Of happiness.
So I've tried to learn. Listen, ever since ever since they've been human beings, they've been trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
You know, how to be
Yes.
happy? What is happy? How can I get? And I want some for me. Can I get some
Right.
for me? And through my practice as a psychologist, where I saw people in so many different kinds of distress, emotional, mental distress and difficulty, and I thought, what if we could come up with some ideas that are simple, not complicated, that,
Right.
that, that we could teach to people, give them a tool so they can
Right.
use that to find their own joy, find their own happiness.
Yes. Yes.
So that's a lot of what I've been about. And so when I started to talk about these things to people, after one of my talks, one of my classes, a woman came up and she said, "You're not just a psychologist, you're a joyologist."
And that's how it came
Yes,
out?
she gave me the name.
That's beautiful.
I said, "I love that because maybe we don't need any more psychologists, but we need joyologists like crazy."
Oh, definitely. That's what we really need. Because psychologists, sometimes they need
Right.
psychology themselves.
So for a long time, I used that as a kind of a tagline for my introduction. Steve Wilson, joyologist. Steve Wilson, joy. And then it occurred to me, the world needs more than one. I don't need to be the only joyologist. I know some people in show business and even in some of my work, they want to be the only one. I'm the
Right.
world's only, I'm the world's greatest. But I took a different approach. I said, everybody can be a joyologist.
and
And
and it's
let's make it easy. let's make it easy for people to get there. That's what
And
I'm doing.
it's beautiful because that way you are spreading the emotion, the thinking, the joy around the world, which is needed. So
Right.
why to be one?
Sure.
Well, let's teach everyone to be joyful and also to add themselves also teach other people. So this is like a chain of, how do you call it? Chain of favors. I mean, you teach me and I teach someone and that's it.
Call this a precious cycle, an upward
Yes.
spiral,
Right. Beautiful.
spiraling
Yeah.
upward. And maybe joy is contagious. Maybe we can infect each other with happiness.
Yeah, I would say so. And
I think
another thing,
we call it a happy demic. We're going to
happy.
start a happy demic.
Yes, I want a happy-demic. I love that. Yes, definitely.
We know the other
Yes.
kinds of epidemics. We don't want those.
No, we don't want those. Another thing I wanted I always like to talk about that what you have is the good-hearted living. And because it's beautiful. And this is the best tool we can give people to live in happiness.
Can we explain it a little bit?
Yes, please do it. Like I'm going to say the only thing I'm going to say is that today's Wednesday and is gratitude, right?
Now, why?
And I am so grateful. I want to say that. I'm so grateful that I met you so many years ago and I brought you to Venezuela to teach us about this joyology and good heart living. So now tell us, what is this good-hearted living that you created?
Well, before you say such wonderful things, I have to back up a little bit because we met each other. I don't know, I can't trace back how we connected, how we discovered each other. I don't know how that happened. But
I will tell you how.
I'm going to tell you.
But no, but go ahead.
In Judaism, in Hebrew, there's a word, beshert. And beshert means it was meant to be.
Oh, definitely,
meant
yes.
to be. Don't know how, but you see, we're all interconnected. This is another deep thought. Human beings and all living things are interconnected. We
Correct.
are all connected.
Yes.
And that should bring about a respect for life and to not harm living things. Life is so precious. When you have it, you're warm, you're alive, you're thinking, you're moving, you do. When that's gone, cold, stiff, don't know how to get
dark.
it back. The mystery is, where does it come from anyway?
Yes.
But it's precious. If we could see each other, every living thing is precious. So we're all interconnected.
Yes.
And
yes.
good-hearted living came out of this. I call it the 6 practices to help prevent hardening of the attitudes.
Okay.
Okay, so we want soft attitudes.
Yes.
6 practices, 6 things that you can do that are simple. Not always easy because the monkey mind is coming around, and
I know, yeah.
and you have to. So it's something to remember. But what we have said is to help people remember. We associate each practice with a day of the week, just to get you started. Just to get started. And my suggestion is you can do as much of these as you want, but if you did it 3 times, if you did a practice 3 times on the day it's associated with, you would be doing good. You would be helping yourself.
Definitely.
Becoming a joyologist. So on Mondays, the suggestion is practice paying compliments. Compliments. That's the first practice.
Los lunes son a hacerle un piropo a las personas, darle un reconocimiento a las personas. Okay, go ahead.
So you look for the good.
Yes.
You train your mind. So many people have their mind trained to look for what's wrong, to see the mistake, to find the error. Aha, I caught you.
Yeah,
Ooh.
right.
But we thrive, we grow, we do much better when we hear the good that we're doing and the good about us.
Yes.
So we could, plus, if you're going through life looking for good, you're going to be happier. And
that's for
so
sure.
you look for the good and do something, say something about it.
Yeah.
That I'll tell you a story. I'm going to tell you.
I always practice that, you know, like for example, going to a restaurant and first ask the girl or the young man, what is your name? And then thank you because you've been very nice. And people immediately go, oh, thank you.
Right.
It is so easy to do it.
Yeah, I like your earrings.
Oh, thank you.
That's a compliment. That's a compliment.
Yeah. So tell me about the story you were saying.
No, I'm going to skip that.
Okay.
I just added in my brain.
Okay.
If we come back to it, maybe, but compliment. Look for the good. Say something.
Yes.
And you only need to do it a few times to begin to get the habit. It becomes a habit.
Right.
And then it become eventually, if you do it every day, you can pay compliments every day. We start you out with Monday.
That's right.
Monday, pay compliments. Tuesday, the second practice is called flexibility. You want to give it the Spanish?
Los martes it's the same, flexibilidad.
Okay. So that means that the saying that I like that emphasizes it or explains it is, the tree that bends in the wind doesn't break.
Mm-hmm.
Life is full of storms. I wave my arms like these are the branches of the tree. And so we're all like trees, and the winds come and the storms come and they blow the branches and they toss us this way and that way. If we resist that, if we fight against that, the wind will snap us. We break. We'll break the branch.
Yeah.
So, by the way, very important to remember that when the branches are waving in the wind and the storms of life, the roots can be very strong.
That's correct.
Where did we come from? We are all the result of thousands of ancestors.
Yes.
You are smart, and you are kind, and you are good, and you are talented, and you are loving, and you are but you didn't invent that.
That's right.
Coming to you. That's coming to you from people you never knew. You don't even know who's back there, but it comes down through the ancestry, comes down the line, and manifests in you, manifests in me.
In you.
So we are, but the flexibility means, okay, try another way. We get stopped. We want to go this way, and then there's some obstacle. Well, you can. I
always say if something is not coming my way, that's what I do. Okay, maybe there's something else or something different thing I can do to get to the same goal and reach the same goal. And then I always say to my clients and myself, stop, breathe, and then probably you will see another way, because we cannot go to the wall and then bam, 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 like a goat, you know. No.
How many times have you seen people come to a door that was locked, but they didn't know it, and they push the door and it doesn't open, and they push harder. It's not going to open.
No, it's not going to open.
stop, turn around, try another way.
Right.
That's flexibility.
Right.
And
Okay.
again, with hope and the belief that there will be something better. And
Right.
my whole life has been full of situations where I was disappointed, turned down, rejected, blocked from what I thought I wanted to have. And if I just waited a little bit patiently, something better came along.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
so that's flexibility Tuesday. Wednesday, like you said, Wednesday is we
Gratitude.
suggest practice gratitude. What are
I
you
love
thankful?
gratitude.
What
My
are you
book
thankful for?
is that. Agradezco la vida. Grateful to life. That's my book.
What, as a psychologist, one of the things that interests me about gratitude is that if you can think gratitude, thankfully, you have less self-pity. And
Uh-huh.
and it gratitude can be an antidote for despair when things
That's
seem
true.
when things seem hopeless because we're looking at the small, we're looking at what's missing, we're magnifying the negative, the unpleasant. When we're grateful, and sometimes there's a kind of gratitude. I fell down, but I didn't tear my clothes. I What didn't happen? I'm grateful for what didn't happen.
That's
So, so
right.
we help people
That's
to, so
beautiful. Yes.
that's a third attitude for good-hearted living. And when I say good heart, I know now from the science that I've studied that it's really good for your cardiac health to have these attitudes, but it's good for your emotional health, your social health with other people.
Yes.
Both
The
good
center,
heart,
the center of your life, the heart, that heart.
good heart means both ways, physically and
Yes. Yes. And
spiritually.
physically too.
Right.
Right. Right.
So pay
Thursdays.
compliments, be flexible, be grateful, practice 3 times a day. Just get started. Thursdays are for kindness, acts of kindness.
Kindness.
Yes,
Yes.
and my definition of kindness is the simple one, and it can be complicated, but the simplest one is something that you can do for another person to make their life a little bit easier
Easier.
right now. You don't
Beautiful.
have to fix the world. You don't have to fix it, heal everything.
Yes.
But is there something you can do right now, pretty immediate, and life is a little easier for somebody? That's a
I'm
kindness.
gonna translate that because it's beautiful. Es hacer algo por una persona que para que su vida sea mucho más fácil. Ahora, en este momento, no tenemos que cambiar el mundo ni hacer que el mundo se, no, simplemente enfocarnos en una persona que esté pasando un mal rato y decirle, ayudarlo, apoyarlo a que sea un poco mejor su vida. Yes, definitely. You know, we're running out of time, so.
You better get to these other Fridays.
Yes, please.
Practice for good-hearted living. Fridays are for forgiveness.
Yes,
And
that's important. Perdón, el perdón.
my simple definition for forgiveness is finding a way to look at something that may have hurt you, but look at it another way so you can stop being angry. Release your own anger. Release your own resentment. And it doesn't make the other person good or right. You don't have to forget. They can't do it again, but you're not going to be mad at it anymore because you only hurt yourself. And the weekends are for chocolate. We call it.
Yes, that I like.
And that means 2 days. It takes 2 days in your life. Put sweet things in your life. Make sweet things, that whatever's sweet for you. You like to wash the car. You like to play with the dog. You like to read a book. You like to take a nap. You want to cook. What's sweet for you? Go to
Right.
church. Whatever's sweet for you, make it happen. Don't sit around and hope that it happens or wish that it happens.
Yes.
Plan for it. Sweetness. We call it chocolate. It's not
Chocolate.
you can eat chocolate, but it means sweet things.
Yes, I like
Those
that.
practices make good-hearted living, and they help you get along better with other people, They
Definitely.
have less stress, be more relaxed, and perhaps be more joyful, more cheerful.
Definitely, definitely. And that will not only help my life, but it will help the life of those around me too. And that it's the ripple in the lake, you know, starts here when I throw the stone, but then it goes on and goes on and goes now because we are, I mean, as you said before, we are interconnected, whether we are aware of it or not.
That's
So it's a beautiful way to connect with energetically, as I always say, with other people in a in the good heart, in this big heart we are.
There's a saying, Nekani, you can't sprinkle perfume on everybody around you without getting some on yourself.
That's true. I love that. It is true. So we are just, you know, finishing our time here, but I would like to tell our audience where, well, I said before, but I want to repeat it now because there are people, new people now. They can contact you through worldlaughtertour.com, right? Hola, Yayo.
Excellent.
And do you have, oh, well, yes, here in Instagram, it is Steve 4, number 4, joy.
Perfect.
I love that.
Perfecto.
I always,
Okay.
perfecto, right? I always love that. Steve 4, joy, aquí en Instagram. And in Facebook, what do you have in Facebook? It's just your name, right? Steve Wilson.
Steve Wilson.
Yeah.
That's it. You could find me there.
Los que quieran que hablen inglés, por supuesto,
I'm
lo
on
pueden seguir por allá.
LinkedIn. I'm on Twitter. That's the Joyologist is on Twitter.
Oh, yo no,
I welcome
okay.
everybody, high school, and that you'll find me. I'm so grateful
Oh,
for
let me
you. For
let me
you.
listen. Let me read this for you. This Laughter Lawyer USA says, one of the greatest honors of my life has been to teach good-hearted living in conjunction with journaling. We have given high school students tools for resilience as well as peace building. Thanks, Steve. Oh, yes, that's a beautiful testimonial. Yes,
Yeah.
I think it's fantastic. And
And we get to do this. We have some laughs. We have fun. We connect really
yes,
heart to heart all the time.
yes,
And a message goes out, like you said, the ripple in the lake. And who knows? And we get a chance to do this. And it's important and it's fun. And you can do both. You can do good work, be important, and it's help people and have fun at the same time. This is great. This is
yes.
terrific.
And have fun. I love it. I really enjoy always talking to you, Steve. Thank you very, very much for accepting my invitation. And I know everybody that will see the recording will enjoy it.
Thank you.
I'm sure.
Thank you. Pam sends her love.
Oh, I love Pam. I love Pam.
Yeah, it's a love fest. That's the best part.
So thank you very much.
Anytime. You know where to reach me.
Yes, definitely.
Thanks
So
much.
my friends, it's all for now. Yeah, you will see the recording here in Instagram, and of course I will put your name so you can get it in your account, and also everybody check on him, Steve for Joy. Remember, and you will get.
So I'll be able to send a link to my contacts.
Yes, definitely.
Oh, wonderful. They'll love it.
This is getting recorded, so I will send it to you, and then you can put it in your page and things like that. So,
well, it's been a pleasure.
yes, thank you very much. I love you.
I love you too. So
And thank you.
Hasta la risa.
Hasta la risa. Bueno, mis amados, hasta aquí llegamos. Un beso a todos, los amo. Hasta el próximo miércoles.